And today I've got the Atoto A6. This is a double dim radio, audio radio for a vehicle. Before I actually cut the hole in the wall, I think it's going to be great. I didn't have the right tube shrink to fit on. And you say, hey Todd, why did you choose a 15 amp power adapter? We're going to see if we have power. I don't know if I have to press the power button after I connect it or not. So let's just connect this. Cut my two holes in here, and I don't need this anymore. All right, I got it stuck. Hi guys, Todd here again with TW Home Show. Today I got another smart home video for you, and I'm doing something kind of unique today, and it's different, a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I've watched several videos, not any that are exactly like this. Most videos are building something in a case, but in our situation here, what I want to do is create a in-wall display panel that can control our audio components, audio speakers in the ceilings that I already have in each room, and then also be a smart home control panel unit. And today I've got the Atoto A6. This is a double dim radio, audio radio for a vehicle. And what made me come up with this idea is the good quality of sound and control I have in my RV, since I put a Atoto head unit like this with touchscreen into our RV recently. This is the box it comes in, Atoto A6. Keep in mind, this has Wi-Fi built in, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And the one I got, the A6, I got several different variants, but this is totally touchscreen control. No physical push buttons on this unit right here. And here's all the packet. This stuff comes in a packet. All your wiring harnesses and stuff like that for power, antenna, Bluetooth, GPS, which we won't need. And here's a Bluetooth cord. You got your Wi-Fi antenna and also subwoofers and stuff like that. Now today what I'm going to do, I got it on my bench here because I want to test this out just to make sure it's going to be working for me before I actually cut the hole in the wall. I want to put this in our living room right inside the door that comes in from the garage. So when we exit or enter our home from the garage, which we usually do, we'll have that control panel there. Now with this control panel, of course, I'll have all my apps on there to control my security cameras around the house, take a quick look if I need to, anytime I want, and then I can select which audio I want, either Spotify, Pandora, even put a SD card in here with my own personal selection of music. So I think it's going to be great. So also, I've got this speaker here. This is a portable Bluetooth speaker, but I put a wire on it, and I'm going to test it out on the bench here today with you just to see how this project is going to work, so we have a good bench test, and then you can get a further idea of how far I'm taking this. So guys, stay tuned. And we're back, and I know what you're thinking, guys. How are you going to power this auto stereo system in your house, Todd? Well, I've got an answer for you. We are going to just find the wires on our power wires coming out of the back of the radio. I've already done some wiring here, as you can tell, but we want to find our yellow wire is the constant wire that goes to your auto battery, and then your red wire is the accessory wire. This keeps all the memory into your stereo here, like your preset stations and time and stuff like that. So you want to keep this on a separate power line from the accessory that's always on. So I do have a switch that I'm going to connect, which I bought a pack of these switches here. Have a neat little LED indicator light built onto the switch. It's like this. So I'm going to drill a hole in a wall plate panel and have this switch on there as a kill switch for the radio, but my memory will still be retained with the power wire. And you're saying, Todd, well, are you going to bring in an auto battery, you know, a car battery into your house and put it in your cabinet or something? Nope, I'm going to use this power supply adapter. I'll leave the link to this in the description below, along with everything I'm using today. So this is the power supply adapter. It goes from 110 power outlet, and then it reduces in here to 12 volt at 10 amps. And I know 10 amps will work on this radio here. This is a Toto radio because right here in the back it's got a 15 amp fuse. So you could actually have a power adapter up to 15 amps going to this radio, but I found a 10 amp. It's a pretty affordable price one. It's got a built-in power LED on it, lets you know that it's powered on. It doesn't get hot at all. I've tested it all last night, woke up this morning, can't even hardly feel any warmth from this power supply or the cords on it. So we're good to go there. So first thing I'm going to do is hook up our kill switch. We're going to set this up on the bench here for you so that we can test it out. So I'm just connecting the red accessory wire to the yellow on here, and then I already have an extension lead here, so these go to our power adapter. So red to red and black to black. And I'm just quickly hooking this up just to test it on the bench for us, so we can prove that this is going to work before we cut holes in my walls. So there's our test, or our kill switch there on, and I got this adapter here. This is a 5.5 millimeter power adapter that I spliced on here. And guys, when you're doing splicing, I recommend these solderless butt ends right here. These work really well. You just take a heat gun like this, heat it up, it shrinks, and it melts the solder that's built into these. And it shrinks and keeps that connection nice and secure. Also, I am using some of these, which is like a heat shrink tube to wrap around those connectors as well, to keep everything sealed. So if it gets a little tugged or anything, it's not gonna come apart by accident, because wire connections can sometimes be a hassle to track down if you have issues. So we've got this all set up. I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in to our power supply here. I'm going to turn this around so we can watch together and get the glare off, and then I'm going to plug this to our power supply, and we should have power now. It did come up. Now this is the boot screen I made. Isn't that cool? So I like that. You can install your own custom boot screen on this Toto A6. Now I believe the A8 Pro in my RV, very similar to this. It just got more gigabytes and RAM in the RV one. I didn't need that much in here. It's just a small control panel. I'm not going to be using it for GPS inside my house, so I got the less expensive one. I believe this was around $250. All right, and there's our screen. Just like an Android tablet, that's what you want. So I've already installed some apps and stuff. As you can see, I've got some widgets up here of my camera. My camera is out front. If I tap on that, it will open up my cameras, because we do have Wi-Fi on this. And there they are. These are my different cameras around the house. And then we can go back home, press the home button here, and we got the weather display, time. You can set this up just like your own Android tablet, however you prefer. Download any apps you want from the Google Play Store, of course. So I'm liking this a lot. Now here's our kill switch that I installed right here. See, it's got the blue LED light on it. I'm going to go ahead and press that off, and it turns power off to the radio head. Now remember, we got the accessory wired into the power as constant. So it's not going to lose my radio settings or nothing like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put the kill switch on. And when you do it this way, it doesn't have to reboot and go through that boot up screen, as you can see. Now I also found a radio antenna right here, so I can route this up inside the wall, and it's just a regular antenna for a radio, auto radio. So I'm going to plug it into the back here. It's got the spot right here for it, and then we can test out our radio. So here's our radio right here. Tap that. And I like this because you can do presets. It auto searches if you press this magnifying glass here. And it will go through the whole local area of channels here and look for stations that will tune in with your antenna. Okay, so we got it going. Oh, we need our speaker. We can't test it out without our speaker. So I got this portable Bluetooth speaker. I put wired ends on it. So I'm going to connect it to the front. Okay. Let's try station here. There we go. We got it, guys. So our bench test works. Now we've got to get this all done. We got to get it mounted in the wall. Let me get out of here first. So we've got to get this mounted in the wall. So the next thing I got to do is start sawing holes in the wall. And I'm not looking forward to that. That might be the part of this project that I like the least, is cutting holes in the wall. All right, I cut my 2 holes in here. First one surprised me because there's a stud back there. So that means I won't be able to get my wires from here through that stud. And then right here, there is a vacuum PVC tube going up. So that's going up from the in-house vac right there. So it looks like I measured from this vacuum tube over to the stud over here, and I've got like a little over 8 inches, and the radio unit is about a little over 6 inches. So the radio, this is going to be the 3-way wall plate that we'll put in there, this low voltage housing, and then up here is where I plan to put the radio, about eye height right there, a little above. That keypad unit here, gonna be about right here. All right, it's looking good. Got my low voltage boxes right there. Just cleared the vacuum tube there with our in-house vacuum and measured in between here. And this was 7 inches, which I fit between the vacuum tube pipe and this stud right here. And it should be clear all the way down to my low voltage, as you can see there. So, nice. Good start for the holes in the wall. All right, what I'm doing now is I'm putting this duct tape on around here to kind of seal the exposed drywall that I cut here and give a nice finish to slide the radio into. So I'll leave the link to this tape. It's like an aluminum sticky tape to repair ductwork in your home. I'm just leaving like about 1/8 of an inch overlap. And that 1/8 of an inch overlap should be covered by the trim ring that goes around our radio. Or actually, the touchscreen will cover that. And then just fold it in, cover that exposed drywall that we cut, and then fold it around onto the other side of the drywall, back side. Now we got our radio unit. We can slide in here and then fish the wires in through our low voltage boxes on the back side of this wall. And look, I just plugged in everything, even though I'm not using all these wires in my situation with the smart home project I'm doing here. But in case I ever want to remove this and install it in, another automobile or something, maybe something new came out for the smart home market and I don't need this anymore, I've got all the attachments on here and they'll just be hanging inside the wall. But look at this. I've already extended some of the speaker wires so that they will reach down into the cabinet and where I need to go to my switch box to switch from room to room. So stay tuned, there's more products coming up that are going to work along with this smart home display. Now, one thing I want to grab here is the antenna, the FM antenna. So I'm going to take off this two-sided sticky tape and stick this up as far as I can reach inside this wall. So I'm going to do that now. Actually, let me get these cords in here first. Drop down in there. All right, I got it stuck up inside the wall here, a little bit higher than the radio. All right, I'm getting this all wrapped up now. I've got my display here. I've got my Amazon Music and all my favorite radio stations and stuff set up. And I fished all my wiring down through the wall here, of course, and then connected it to right here for my kill switch that we talked about and set up. And then this radio has two Bluetooth inputs, so I bought this adapter for a female connector on the wall there, so I can plug in my phone to charge, or I can plug in a memory stick for my own music, which I plan to do. And then this button right here is a switch, a sound control audio switch. I'll leave a link to that too. I've got this switch to switch from this TV coming out the ceiling speakers over there, or if I switch the switch, it'll switch to the radio music coming out those speakers there. So that's taking care of this room here with that speaker set up in the ceiling. Now keep in mind, I already had the speakers set up in each room around this house, even on the pool patio and the back porch before we bought it. So those speakers and wiring were done while the house was being built, which made it really nice for me. So all those speakers come out here behind our entertainment center right there, and I bought this Legrand speaker selector switch. So we'll demonstrate this on the final demo, but all those rooms, I'm going to label these. It's got 4 different speaker switches, so I'm going to label 4 different rooms there that we can select. We can select them all if we want, or 1 or 2 or 3. So let me button this all up and we'll go through and demo this whole setup. All right, I'm going to show you how I did this real quickly. So this is the touch screen, right? And I just used the front channel and the rear channel. Now the rear channel I have wired down into the wall. So I got rear channel left and right connected to this TV music switch right here for those speakers up in the ceiling there. And then I've got the front channel left and right speaker wires coming down through the wall here and down into this cabinet. And they're right here. This is front, left, negative and positive, and right, negative and positive. And they go right up through the bottom of this shelf right here. And they come out right here. So that's just the front channel and connects to this switch right here, which feeds all my different rooms. Whatever room I want, or all the rooms, your choice. So, pretty simple. All right, I got the home control panel display completed tonight. Look how neat that looks in there. I got our old receiver down there. Probably won't use that too much anymore. We just got our room speaker switch selector right there. Bluetooth connections, main power, and living room to TV switch right there, or music from those speakers that are in the ceiling right behind the couch right here. So here's our Android display And now I'm going to show you a reboot because I like the reboot screen. I set a custom screen to reboot. So if I swipe down, I can select reboot right here. Are you sure? Yes. And the unit will reboot for us. There you have it. TW Home Show, America's favorite home control. Smart home security and music control panel. Powered by Google. And then it powers up, loads all your Android widgets and stuff. But if you use the reboot switch back here, you don't have to go through the boot up all the time. Just power it on, power it off. It keeps the memory on the home control unit. And we're just waiting for the weather to load right now. And there we go. All right, so I can use this just like a normal tablet. Of course, I've got my security cameras on here. I can pull them up, see who's at the front door. We're actually getting our pool resurfaced today. You can see the people going in and out to our pool area. And go back home. I've got our radio right here. So any radio stations I want to play, I can scroll through those. I've got Bluetooth music and stuff like that. And I have my Bluetooth music right on here that I plug in to the USB outlet right there on that plate that I installed. We've got the weather, of course, with forecast. You can get all these widgets, download them from Google Play Store, which we do have the Google Play Store there. I've got the Tesla app on here, so we can check on the battery level of the Tesla if we want without walking out the door to the garage. And that will pull up our Tesla. And right now we've got 300 miles on the battery, 85%. So that's pretty cool. What else we got? We got our YoLink products right there. So any of our security system, we can activate that, turn lights on and off, temperatures, monitor temperatures and sensors. What else? We got the UFI security for our door locks. We can unlock them from right here. And our UFI cameras. Pandora Music. Amazon Music, which I like. And you can just keep adding apps, more apps and more apps.
Playing the most played songs.
So there you have it. And let's go ahead and go to our music. Turn our music on. There we go. Nice. Guys, thank you for joining me again today on another one of my videos, and I'll see you on the next one.